All right, guys. We're in LaSalle, Illinois, going to the city council meeting. I've been having a fight with my phone, as well as when I was doing some dumpster diving, I found nothing more than an entire box of cell phone cases that were brand new. And literally about 12 hours later, that of course is when my cell phone case broke, and they don't sell any of them around here, so I had to order them. And of course, of like the 30 cases I found for free, um, none of them were from my phone. So, anywho, we're just outside the LaSalle PD and City Hall. I actually haven't been to one of their council meetings ever. So, we'll see at the last Harris meeting, Jamie Hicks, who is really deep in all this environmental stuff to do with Karis and poisoning all the citizens, all that. They served him with a search warrant for his phone that they had for days, but they chose to not serve him at any point in life for those 2 days they had it, except for right before the meeting was to start. I think that's squirrels or something up there. So I don't know how good the reception will be. I think I know where the council chambers are here. I don't know. We're going to find out. Oh, let me read this. Hey, Kilted. Joko. Hey, Highway 99. Thanks for watching. Oh, it was a bird. It wasn't a squirrel. Vernon. Doing good, doing good. This started right at about 6:30, so I'm a little bit late, but I have mommy duty stuff. Oh, there it is.
That would include Mr. Dias.
Anybody not agree with that?
I agree with that.
You know how that works.
Any other new business?
That, we haven't received, well, we did from, but, they're very happy with, the shortcut for people to go to selling, it's like, it's like, it's, all the, proper and safe.
Very good. Discuss with potential action on the following additional ordinances resolutions.
A resolution to adopt and allocate funds for an outdoor fitness court as part of the 2023 National Fitness Campaign related matters.
I move that we accept the resolution to adopt and allocate funds for the outdoor fitness court as part of the 2023 National Fitness Campaign related matters. This thing's already made.
Got a motion by Alderman Berry, second Alderman Reynolds, take the roll please.
Alderman Bachelor.
Aye.
Thompson.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
LaBerry.
Aye.
Herndon.
Aye.
Crane.
Aye.
Resolution to seek bids in order to enter into wholesale electricity supply contract for the city of LaSalle, LaSalle County, Illinois, and related matters.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve the resolution as read. Each alderman has a copy.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Reynolds, second Alderman Berry, to move forward the resolution. Take the roll please.
Alderman Bachelor.
Aye.
Thompson.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
LaBerry.
Aye.
Herndon.
Aye.
Crane.
Aye.
Ordinance authorizing intergovernmental cooperation agreement regarding seeking community development block grants, CDBG funds from the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity for Business, Resiliency, and related matters.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve the ordinance as read. Each alderman has a copy.
Kurt,
Alderman Herndon have some.
you want to say anything
some
about,
more extension on that? Somebody had a question on that? Additional question?
just gonna have Kurt explain a little bit about what the potential benefit of this was in regard to getting grants for.
Yeah, what's kind of, what's he leading?
So this is an agreement, basically, each county can only have one representative as a government entity to submit these grants on behalf of the businesses. And, the city of Ottawa chose to be that one governmental entity because the county would have to take a lot longer process in order to do so, and time is of the essence to be able to do this. So this is a government, an intergovernment, agreement between us, city of Ottawa, and the other entities that we're all in this together to, help the businesses, recoup any funds as long as they are qualified and able to, submit the proper paperwork on time.
This is to help the businesses pursuant to the Community Development Board grant from the state of Illinois. All communities for their businesses be working to get grants to their respective businesses.
We've approved these kinds of things in the past. have we not?
We're basically the in-between to help our local businesses get that paperwork and stuff. We're reached out to LBA meeting last week and, obviously any local business in the south to help, facilitate that for them. A lot of that's just the guys that.
We can help anyone in the county.
Yeah, anybody is, you know, I'm the kind of the local person in this area, so not just LaSalle, but I had one business, contact me from Ogilvy.
This is basically for permanent COVID expenses that businesses encountered or
They stayed open and kept keep on payroll.
it was like equipment they had to buy for.
Yeah, if you bought equipment or rented equipment
Yeah.
and you didn't get reimbursed for it already.
Example would be like outdoor dining stuff, right?
Yeah, if you bought a tent or rented a tent.
Plexiglass between your boots inside.
Yep,
Gotcha.
anything to keep you going.
Motion from Alderman, from Barry, and Alderman Reynolds. And, roll.
Alderman Bassler?
Aye.
Thompson?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
LeBarry?
Aye.
Herndon?
Aye.
Grant?
Then one meeting, we'd like to open the floor to any comments, thoughts, concerns, ideas, please, curious if you do, and ask if you would, just identify who you are, so we have your record. Yes.
Jamie Hicks. I had a question about the dinner plan. Are they gonna discuss the OSHA violations that they received from the
I don't
site?
know what they're gonna.
Because, it's pretty interesting stuff there.
I have no
And
idea.
I think the city should know what the OSHA violations are.
Sounds like this is working on it.
That's the way I took it. Mr. Hicks, how many different violations have been received?
They
I'm
received-
not aware, that's why I'm asking.
They received two, and one is very serious.
Yeah.
In the description, they have a description on what happened, and how they mix it with the cardboard, which was a combustible material with that product. That's what they've been doing this whole time. I don't understand why this council can't see that there's a problem. We need to be sure that they're not doing that. And how are we sure? How can you insure me? Anyone of you? Anybody insure me they're not putting cardboard underneath these pallets anymore? Because what I read in this report. Combustible materials. They knew cardboard was combustible. They've been sued for it. They did this in our neighborhood. This could have been, I'm sorry, detrimental. If a person lost their life, this would be a whole different story. And we need to ensure that we are safe. And I don't feel safe by any means. I feel everybody up here is doing whatever they can to keep me quiet and let Karis keep on making their profit.
Shouldn't they be, aren't they, should be, OSHA walk for the 6 months?
The problem is COVID hit. I don't mean to be ignorant, I brought it up before. COVID hit and everybody got flags. All the EPA put on test. I mean, even the lady from cleanup wasn't even here for almost two and a half years. She told me herself. And this is the problem. Fred Moore at the local, our EMA, he got dropped on a lot because they were supposed to inspect and renew their things every 3 years, and what happened was COVID. And then now we lapsed into another 5-6 years. And now they're just now getting started with what their job is, and that involves all, he should know more than me, because he's a part of the committee. That involves taking care of these planks, not just in the cell and Ottawa. They were just at Civic, and they're doing drills. That's what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody drop the ball in comparison to the grant. They let the permits go, I'm going past my.
No, you're fine. Only got 3 minutes.
But they did, they let the permits go, they proved it, they keep writing the lies in pamphlets and papers, and they can drown out Fox News. I don't understand it.
Did you bring any, paper
Yes, I
copies
do have documents
of the open?
of the violations.
Yeah, if Alderman Herndon hasn't seen them, I seen them online, so I'm aware of them.
I'll be more than happy to share them with you. And what I was told is it's not the dollar amount, because they got hit with a little bit over $15,000. Well, I'll be exact, $15,191 fine, and it's due by the big one at 14,000 is due by the 14th, and the next one is due, $1,000 is due by the 25th, of next month.
Is there any way for our committee to find out if they challenge, if there's challenge that? Because on country violation, they're able to challenge. I'm sure on Bushy, you're not able to challenge also. Move forward to today.
Well, I was told, just to be clear, as it says serious, and you should know all about these papers because you do work for a company. You know what a violation is.
I'm having a hard time hearing too. I'm gonna attempt to go sit closer, but they have those pillars kind of in the way. So we're gonna see. But I thought it was just from my weird ear problem from the COVID I used to have. Hey, free books. Okay, going back in.
So if they're putting it like that, Chris, what are they doing with us? What are they doing with us? It's in my backyard.
You got a hand up over there. Go on.
Dawn Hicks. I just had a question about the outdoor fitness court that you guys were discussing. And maybe it's jumping the gun, but do you guys already have an idea of where you want that to go? Like what park or what area?
It's been, adopted into the park grant for Rotary Park. And it will also be submitted under the OSLA grant, which will be another topic of discussion at the next council meeting.
Is that similar to what McFederin Lake and Oglesby has, the fitness stations around the walk path?
I'm not familiar with that one. This one's,
It's
programmed by Blue Cross Blue Shield and the National Fitness Campaign. I know Ottawa has one.
Court for Veterans Park, we used to have one all the way around the baseball diamonds. It's got different fitness stations,
Yeah.
chin-ups, pull-ups, walk-up beams, walk-down beams.
This is similar, but there's not stations, but all the stations are in one single.
Yeah, there's like a
That-
QR code on the backboard that you can hit your phone with and it'll give you
It'll
instructions.
give you workout programs for that station.
And
And
through
they're all
this,
gonna be in one
there's a
area?
nice video on YouTube.
And through this NFC, the city's gotten a $50,000 grant subject to being able to match. And that's what Mr. Badiah is talking about. We've applied for 2 other grants to hopefully get another $120,000 to have this implemented to assist the public in regard to having a cost-free area where they can go and exercise and promote the individual fitness for members of the community.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask is, out of curiosity, not challenging, just, is there a reason why maybe Hegler wasn't considered? Because that is definitely, something that would be more accessible to a lot of people. I don't know if you're aware, but there are a lot of kids, especially in the summertime, after schools and on the weekends, that I constantly see. There's no parental units around. So for, you know, a lot of these kids, I know obesity is an issue younger and younger now. A lot of these kids will not have access to the Rotary Park one. And that's where I was kinda asking how Hegler wouldn't have been considered, just so there was more accessibility for others. But I also know that there's more problems usually at Hegler than there is Rotary too, so.
Well, we have 2 Rotary Park grants out there, we're able to tag this on to try and get extra funds for it, in which case it wouldn't
Gotcha.
be able to put it in Hagley, you know. I agree, closer to town would probably be better, but, you know, we have to go where we can get the funding.
Okay.
Yeah, what we were talking about, the path to, the road to Rotary Park, were we discussing that earlier? Was that talked about?
No.
Did you figure out from Utica to a road, did you figure out what road you're gonna use? Have you talked about that?
No.
No? Alright, well, what's going on with the city water? Was there something wrong with it? No, but is there something wrong with the city water right now? It stinks. I've got a filter that comes into the house and I filter it and I've only had it in there for 3.5 months and it's never come out looking like this. I don't understand I mean, that's disgusting. So there's gotta be a problem with the water. It smells sometimes. It's like brown and yellowish, until it got clear a few days ago.
Was that an issue light?
Yeah.
Do you want us to leave with us, and I can ask Patrick?
Yeah.
How we're supposed to,
I just don't, I mean, our water, it's supposed to be drinkable. You can't drink this water. I mean, even bathing in it. I looked at the reports, which also stopped at 2021 for some reason in the FOIA. I don't understand why I didn't get 2022 and why the filter looks like this. So there's nothing wrong with the sewer, other than this city water?
they test all the time.
Yeah.
Did they drain did they do your fire hydrants there? Since I don't know, first do these fire hydrants to wash
I
them
don't
out.
know. I mean, I can understand that if for the yellow and the brown in the water, but what's all this stuff in there?
I'm not sure.
Do you
have a water softener?
Yeah, but this is
This
before the
is
water
before
softener.
the water
Yeah,
softener.
right coming into the house for the whole house, yeah. But,
If you wanna leave us, Marty, we can, or else you wanna drop it off to Patrick, it's up to you.
Okay.
But we can get, have a look at it.
Appreciate it.
I just have one more question. What is the water bore hole? What's the bore hole for?
It's for new
Is
road.
that for the sewer or for the well?
So drinking water well?
Our wells are down by the river.
Yep.
If you're familiar where our well
Yep.
field is. We have 2 wells down right now. They're in a floodplain.
Yep.
Which is
Yep.
not ideal, because if we lose power down there, which happens, then we lose our supply to the town. So what we're doing now is trying to move the wells up the hill next to the water treatment plant to shorten that run. I mean, this is gonna be
Yep.
a huge project over time. Right now, we're just drilling a hole to see where we can hit water at that location.
Yeah, okay. I
The advantage
understand.
to the show, well, is we don't have radium like everyone around us.
Right.
If we end up going deep to hit water, then we'll have to treat for radium.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was just curious.
Yeah,
Because
well,
you
the
say it
problem,
and
the
then I'm
problem
like-
is right now, and why we're, yeah, but the problem is we have 2 wells down right now, and we're in dire need to get another one drilled, so that's why we took that, the second bid, because it's, get done a month sooner.
Yeah, no,
So,
I was just curious of what
They
the
think
hell
they'll
it was.
hit, they think they'll hit water at about 100 to 110 feet, but in case they don't, we keep on going.
Well, let's pray for the best on that one.
I did have a question, you may have said it and I missed it. The dinner on August 2nd with Karis, who are they, requesting to be at that dinner?
This is the first I heard about it.
Okay,
they requested myself and Andy Bassador, and the reason, they said any time, and I said, well, I don't get home to 6, we
But
can
why
meet-
just you two?
meet somewhere, and,
2 hours.
I said, well, why don't we go down to Uptown, and they said, we'll buy dinner. So that is on my schedule, because I can't meet with them until 6,
okay.
so that's why, we're not having a ball, you know.
Private room.
I mean,
They're-
we
they
use the
requested-
proper house and all that.
They requested myself and Andy Bassador, why, I don't know, but that's who they want to meet with first.
Why?
Exactly.
Why? What-
Now,
what?
can you guys kind of rebuttal that and say, that's fine, but we would still like to bring in a couple of the community who plan on being on the board as well?
I already said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was already raised, maybe you didn't hear it, I mentioned Mr. Dias, mayor asked if he would ask them if they would, it's their thing, so we can't totally control it.
Right.
The mayor asked if they would ask everybody else, and I mentioned specifically Mr. Dias, because I knew he was one of them in the public.
Right, well, what I was leading to was, so if Kara says, no, we just want you to, a little bit of a red flag maybe,
You want me not to meet with them?
you can do whatever
I
you
was,
want, you're a grown man.
I was just going to be asked for not to go. He reports to me,
Why
but I
don't you
can't tell Jordan to go or not.
I'm just asking.
He's elected by you folks.
I know.
I'm not his boss. I can request it,
Oh,
I'm sure Andy
yeah.
Andy would not go.
You will be talking.
That's your phone. Like I said, everybody's grown,
I
I'm
was
just
just thinking
asking
of it.
what the plan is, that's all.
Any questions, thoughts? All right, appreciate the discussion. Approval of bills.
Total submitted.
No.
One more comment, if I could add to the agenda, Paul Atchide at 935 Baker Avenue, the next agenda would like, to talk about stop signs at the intersection of Baker and Washington.
So you want that on the streets and alleys for 2 weeks from?
And he knows, then nothing, because let him know there's, speed bumps have been denied already.
Yes.
So we're.
When she was in favor of denying speed bumps and adding stop signs.
I'm assuming, can't speak, but usually if we're not gonna put speed bumps.
I'd try it.
All right, any other comments, thoughts? Amy, good?
Yes.
John? Yes. Ginny? Chief? Good. Kurt? Good, Kevin?
Yes, Mayor?
Gentlemen here, good? Let's go approval bills.
Total submitted $931,478.52.
I move that we pay the bills, each and every alderman has a copy.
Motion by Alderman Barry, some Alderman Reynolds. Pay the bills, roll please.
Alderman Bassler?
Aye.
Thompson?
Aye.
Reynolds? LeBarry? Herndon?
Aye.
Gray?
Motion for adjournment.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion by Alderman Reynolds, some Alderman Green, to adjourn meeting, all in favor?
Aye.
Against, motion carries, thank you, everybody. Aye. Yeah.
Oh, copy.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, we have a little bit.
Without that Johnny makes it out of So bring it up, bring it right down to the pump station.
I was going to email the mayor about the little pantry I was talking with officers in Brown about. But I might trap him here and do it. How you doing? Running late as usual. I've never actually seen the mayor until today.
You too.
Yeah, but it's a front and back, I think you ought to use it.
Okay.
You ought to use one that isn't front and back.
The mayor and Amy will have to sign it.
Well, like right now, because we haven't rained in a few days, it looks fine.
This will be another phase, we hope so. We do that, I'm still thinking we probably, if we don't get that, we're, we probably still do some, probably still accept that. Yeah, so they're doing that.
Yeah. Hey, man, I might need one more thing.
Great question. So we had the part of the front, kind of pollution. We haven't been down for yet.
Well, they know, they did, everybody else.
So somebody's ready,
I'm gonna patiently wait and see if he'll answer that. But I have a bunch of anxiety, so I don't want to.
Probably another shelter down below, because there's a free now, walk, up on the lake, so we have one shelter at the lake, small house. And it's your meeting.
Well, nobody was. You choose to use it.
Yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and try to do it here because I can never catch him when I'm in City Hall. And I really don't want to go there daily.
Well, that was an act of assault.
Don't just snap.
I tried to feed it in there, but it starts.
I'm having some phone struggles, and I think it's all because of me. I'll wait a few more minutes around and see. I'm trying to wait on him.
And the kid knows that I'm not getting around. My heart is
Yeah,
so it was just like crying about him, and then you're like, oh, it's like I'm here. I'm like, hey, how are you? God, you would love. He's IT, but he still gets thrown.
Now you know it.
But he was traveling.
I'm getting impatient. This lady has too many questions.
Oh, he China 2019. Guess who got super sick with a respiratory thing in November of
But then also,
2019?
I think Mr. Eric Tias from, who was up?
Yeah.
That'll happen.
He's been
My
dedicated.
got
I
was
mean,
sick
he's.
too. People are calling it like really sick about
Yeah,
COVID.
that's why a lot of the doctors, you couldn't find nebulizers, you couldn't find anything. But, Japan, Italy, China,
Everything going well?
Canada, Montana, which he loves it, he's an army brat,
Thanks
so
for
it's kind of like, you know, fall back into old habits, but then on the other hand, it's like, this, but not. There's safety issues, there's travel issues.
Yeah.
What do you got from them?
Okay, I wanna talk to you about that.
Kurt, you said the fitness support is a golf department.
It will be put into the grant,
So,
as a backup.
But was it
This
parks?
is for the.
Was it the park grant?
Representative Sheriff, Chemical.
Hi, John Small.
You doing big?
Great, how are you?
Yes,
Good, how are you?
for the last few
Liking-
meetings,
liking that rain?
a few council meetings, we're
Yeah,
constantly,
you saw your
they brought up, they want to start a community committee,
Okay.
with members from the council and, members from the community as well.
Can you comment about the,
Somehow, I got nominated on that committee, and,
Yes.
people.
We have the better half of WLPO here.
Reached out to me, so they called and scheduled our first committee meeting, basically, just myself and Ambassador. I took it as, get the ball rolling.
I guess we'll do it this way.
What we're responsible for, who else is gonna be on this committee, things like that. And then from there on out, we'll start having forward meetings.
Okay, so why is
What?
Oh,
I don't.
I'm actually super excited that it was shorter than I thought it was gonna be,
Are they,
because I had to be a ninja after.
I don't have that answer, but that's who she called
Justice Jake is going.
Another, shelter at top two, more space, because we are being used. And also, actually, the park say about, we talked about in the past, getting access.
This is actually gonna be our first meeting, so we have not discussed anything yet.
For the little bikes out there, to make it a little more accessible. So some of that funding might go towards that.
And then,
That's all gonna be,
so what time is it gonna be? You said it's gonna be Uptown Grow August 2nd?
Yeah.
allocating
Yeah, I
funds.
believe so. I'm gonna confirm everything,
Yes.
Monday.
And then you're gonna, pardon me, and then Osland grant to it.
Yes.
$600,000.
Yeah, we 300 from us and 300 from the hospital.
No, I think communication's a good thing.
We're preparing that.
And then
I should have asked the fire chief before he left why there wasn't a written plan for those newborns. If you guys remember my video where I went to the fire department here. I was planning to, but he dipped off too fast.
You get your 12 or 15 stations right there in one parcel. And that would be up on the top.
Absolutely. That's why I'm disclosing all of this.
Right, so
Handicap
is-
accessible.
How soon that be all functional?
Great question. Probably.
Is it just me or does the mayor look like that Rick Harrison from that? Which pawn show is that? The pawn show. Whatever it was called.
Good evening, how are you today?
Good, I have some questions for you. Do you know who I am? Okay, were you made aware that I was in there kind of looking for you like a week ago?
I know you came.
Yeah.
Sound like you,
Asking about the pantry?
everybody thought you had your questions answered?
No, since there's no actual location aside from the big pantry, the big, organization pantry, why can't we have one here at City Hall if there's nowhere else? Because the only other little free pantry I've seen is at the Grove Center, which really isn't, it's a DVD blockbuster thing.
Well, that used to be run by a church.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had situations where unfortunately not everybody was using it properly.
Yeah.
And it became issue with rodents and stuff.
That's gross.
So we had to remove that. I asked the church to remove it.
Now, there's no way to have it outside of, say, the PD/City Hall or in the vestibule area.
There's something we can look into.
I greatly think you should, because the one we have in Peru, as of today, was completely empty when I went by there today. You know why? Because people, that one's right behind Jenko Realty, and it's filled all the time. You know how I know? Because I fill it, and so do many other people. But I mean, it's used a lot, and there's also the one behind that St. John's Church.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But they're very, very
Right up there
important.
at Stream Park Road and Torrey Street?
Yeah,
Okay.
because food stamps and the little pantry here only go so far.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But I was going to email you, but I decided I was like,
No, I
I'm just gonna go up
apologize.
to you.
I don't know if you looked at my apologize, and that message never got to me.
No, I didn't even actually do it. I was going to, and then I decided I'd
Oh,
wait
okay.
until I just.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad it was in a situation with communication.
Yeah, I would love to see one though, even a little shelf inside the vestibule or something, if nothing else, somewhere here. And then it could be generally monitored, I guess. But really, it should be outside because there's
Yeah, I
not
think
people here.
we wanna keep it where it's accessible, because our building, we should have done at 4 o'clock, 4:30.
Mhm.
Police access is, I'm sure you saw from hit the button, when you talked to the dispatcher.
Yeah, when Mackenzie's gone, they shut down the whole shop.
Yeah, but that's why you have to use that speaker, it goes live IVRD and then the dispatchers.
Yeah.
Ask for a police officer to come out.
And I noticed, like at Oglesby, when they had to move theirs from outside inside because of vandalism, and the woman I spoke with even said how people don't really come in as much for it because the embarrassment or whatever, or even just the hours. But I would really like to see something, and And the city has enough money for plenty of
I
things.
might reach out to, LBA to see if any business wants to take it on, you know, cause then obviously improve, the city's not doing it, they got, the church did one, and you
Yeah,
said
and like
Janko
Jenko
did.
Realty sponsors the one, but
Yeah.
you know, the citizens go and especially when they find, like, I made a big post just saying, hey, this thing's empty, we need people to
Yeah.
bring stuff. And they did. You know what I mean? People
I know
would help
you-
out
You
if,
do, and I know, other businesses are they're kind of the same ways that people use it. They don't really wanna be told, knowing that they fill it, cause, you know, they don't wanna say, hey, look at me, you know what I mean?
that's
Kinda
exactly
they
how
don't-
I was at first, and
yeah,
then
they
I
don't-
started kind of
they don't
doing
want
them
the praise
together.
of it, you know, but it doesn't never hurt to get the word out, hey, this, you know, we need help filling this out.
Yeah, it's important, you know?
Yeah, and I think you're right, there's so many people, and you're right, cause I've seen people, and, it's not, like you said, it's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, if you need help, we can.
Well, you know what? As somebody that's been called a white trash bitch by public servants when they're literally threatening to murder me.
You never hear that from us, you do.
Well, no, not from here, from the county though. You know what I mean? It does, and saying, "Oh, I bet she's on welfare." Remember, you know, people do have a complex, and when there are public employees that call people trailer trash, whether they live in a trailer or not.
And that's
You know.
totally unacceptable here, so I hope that's never the case here.
I hope
Speak for other
not.
places.
And trust me, you'll be hearing if it is.
Okay,
You know,
thank
usually it goes pretty
No,
well.
You're
but
very fair to us here, and hope you feel we're fair to you, and.
so far, so good.
Well, that's how we like to operate.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing one.
Okay,
All
thanks for
right.
your night, time.
Oh, yeah.
Good night.
You too. Thank you.
Okay.
Or go get it.
Trying.
Ooh,
I believe so.
I meant to grab one, but I didn't. I was all anxious when I walked in. All right, guys. Well, I got that over. See, that's what I was getting at with him. I mean, really, I don't think it should ever be inside, but if they had nothing else, or even in the meantime, they have a great little vestibule right there. But in reality, like I said when I was recording Zebron out here that one day, I'd love to see it somewhere right here. You know what I mean? Preferably where there's cameras. Actually, though, I thought when Dr. Ed Monroe put all those toothbrushes and stuff in there with his name on it, that was brilliant. See, why not put it by the police phone or over there? I don't see. I'm looking for cameras. But that's all we had for today. Kind of slightly uneventful, which is good. I wanted to be a backup camera in case anything happened for Jamie. Because, oh, there it is. I knew there was one out here. Who sent me that super chat? Thank you so much. Oh, Minnesota Accountability. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Oh, that looks like shit. Sorry, guys. It's either me or the camera, and I feel like it's just me tonight. I don't know. All right, I'm over it. Yep, we're not doing it. I can post a picture later if anybody wants that. But I'd like to see it outside here, and actually, really, they're not that costly, and I would love to see them doing that stuff. There's plenty of people, including me, would love to be a ninja and help fill it when you can. Plenty of businesses would love to do it, I'm sure. How you doing?
Okay, if I like up, or do you want to come back in?
Nope, all good. Thank you. Appreciate you asking. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna keep it rolling until I get closer to my vehicle. I'm glad that nobody tried to kidnap Jamie's phone again. Last I knew, they still had his phone, and I believe that's still the case. See you, buddy. Take care. That was Jamie there. He's very deep into all this with things going on with the environment around here, especially based on the Karis fire. Definitely go check out the Jamie Hicks show. He's got a little channel that he's building up. He mainly focuses on all that stuff, but he's really been doing a lot and getting a lot of people getting attention on this stuff, which is really sad to me. I don't even live in LaSalle. I live in Peru. But it's really sad to me that so few people show up at like those Karis meetings and stuff, because my parents used to live on that side of town before my dad passed and my mom moved. But, just very sad to see that when it's just a little handful of people and no employees died or anything, they have a great point. Like, they just kind of get kicked under the rug and screwed, and it's sad to see. Anywho, we did what we could today. I wasn't for sure I was going to be able to come, but I did. Did some ninja stuff. My anxiety just through the freaking roof, though. I didn't know what to do. I just stood off in the corner for a minute. I lost my chat. The hemp crystals. How you doing?
Good. Are you the new reporter?
Am I what?
The new reporter? For Jeremy Aiken?
Oh, no, I think Jeremy Aiken hates me, honey. I'm an accountability angel.
Oh, I was just going to introduce myself because I thought you were the new person, but I'm Mary Beth. I work with the News Tribune.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, this is my second meeting, so I thought that you were like the person taking over for him. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Close
interrupt
enough.
you. But it was nice to meet you.
And nice to meet you, too. Tell Tom Collins I said hi.
Oh, I will.
He loves me, I swear.
Okay.
Something like that. Mary Beth, she seemed nice. She's actually one of the few that didn't want to give me the stink eye. According to, what was it? When I saw Tom Collins, Tom Henson, and that other guy. And that other guy, I forget his name. Shit, I don't know. He was at that last meeting. When I saw them and I was leaving court during my trial, I was like, bye, Toms, hi, Toms, because they're together. And they just try to pretend like I didn't exist. Like, oh, I'm sorry that I'm making it as my little independent self. You're licking the butts of Donna and Jim. But, the biggest thing is, when they did that fucking Mother's Day 15-minute segment about me on WLPL months after my kidnapping, and when Tom Collins, when he came to my door for, to speak with me the day after, when he thought it was a good idea because my then 3-year-old had walked up, because we have 2 doors, so the big door was open, but the storm door was closed, and he thought it was a good idea to try and, I get waving a little kid, whatever, being cutesy. But number one, you're a man on our front porch that does not know us peering into my home, where you see a little 3-year-old little small child in there, right? Right? And what does he do? He says, oh, hi. And then he says my other daughter's name. So he had him confused and must not have realized I had 2. Said my other daughter's name, but said it wrong, pronounced it wrong, which most people do. And it was literally really weird that he would address her by name, a little tiny girl, on my front porch, some strange man that neither of us know. I mean, it was I was pissed. I was not happy about that, actually. Gling, never mind, I can't say that, but there's reasons that's funny. That dude is driving down the parking spots. 40 at the store for an 8th, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can get it cheaper, man. Don't pay any. Never mind. Just do as the government tells you, right? Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, the sale of the weed has really made a lot of money for Illinois, but it doesn't go to the crosswalks, that's for sure. Anywho, I'm getting pretty close to my vehicle. Mayor Grove was right. I normally don't have a problem with them. They don't really give me a problem personally. I know it sounds like him and Jamie have issues, but I completely back all of Jamie's hard work, dude. He's actually put in a lot of work. That's how I found out who he was. I was seeing this guy ranting and raving on Facebook. I was like, who are you and what are we, what? And I was actually really proud of him for doing that, and it disappoints me that they kidnapped his phone. Because as you guys know, when they kidnapped my phone, they sent everything to my brother. And there's multiple copies rolling around. There's been multiple attorneys on this case. I've had 2 attorneys on my own side, but they've had Leela, they've had Jason Good, they've had what's her name, Kelly Porter, and then some other random lady as the attorneys, prosecutors on my case. They've actually chose to use 2 prosecutors while trying to convict me. Anyway, so yeah, actually I have sentencing on the 27th. We have, which is Thursday, we have put in a motion for a mistrial to move for that because they did indeed, one of their attorneys did walk in while my jury was deliberating. I don't know how well that'll go, but I mean, it should be no question, really. In my opinion, it's freaking sad. Actually, the food bank, where is it? I think is it that block? No, I think it's this next block. Wait. It's not this, but somebody believe and listen. I think it's actually through the parking lot over there. It's on this street or that street. A couple days a month or something. I don't know. But not enough for certain people. Because, like I was telling him, food stamps and whatever you get from there, that only goes so far. Especially these people with like 6 kids. And then some jerks raise the argument, well, you shouldn't have all them kids, blah, blah, blah. But they're the same people that don't believe in abortion. I personally wouldn't have an abortion myself, but I believe in people's right to choose, especially when it's their body. Nonetheless, but and 2, you don't know. I mean, some weird stuff happens, and you get left high and dry with no warning, and you have no idea, So, definitely something I want to see him do. I hope we do see him do that. If no business around here chooses to do so. But I kind of I don't normally, for a long time didn't want to include that stuff or other things I do. In that respect, just because, just the hatred, especially with my trial being active. I mean, I haven't told you guys about that crazy chick from T-Ball. Come on, grow up. What is that? I don't know if that's new or if I'm just crazy and I've never seen that little thing up there. I forget what building that is. I love squirrels. They're so cute. In Mendota, 20 minutes north of here, they get those black squirrels. A lot of those. And you never see them right here. Well, at least I don't. You know what? I see slugs. I actually was taking my garbage out last week, and one got on me. Oh my God, it was messed up. I've seen them as big as hot dogs before. It's creepy. And I never saw them until I moved to this side of Peru, where I live now. I'd never actually seen one in person, even. But yeah, that's about all we have for today. I'm glad nobody tried to be all crazy, kidnap people's phones. Man, I wish I was there to document them being shady on Jamie at the last meeting. But I wasn't even, I couldn't get there in the beginning, and of course that's when that happened. How odd. But anyway, that's all we got for today, guys. I definitely have, that keeps telling me reconnecting. Okay. This, see, never give up. Look at that. All right, let's see if I can get it out before then. But they happen to be, if you guys watched that video, which was demonetized and all that, so I mean, it got very limited reach. But the harassment from that one guy that must have saw what that turd bucket mayor from Marseilles did. They had played those initial voicemails. Well, these new ones, where they try to say, it might be a THREAT and harassment and all that. I was waiting for it to get worse. And the worst thing he said was, well, we could do this the easy way or the hard way. And it didn't get any worse than that. He's going on about how we need to get them an education because they're fucking clowns. And apparently somebody at the city hall was identifying themselves as the FBI. I might go ahead and post the whole recordings, but I know they're just gonna jam me up again, just because the beautiful language he chose to use, which was his right. He didn't say anything wrong, you know. And I also don't want to bleep it out because it'd be bleep, bleep, bleep the whole time. Super proud for that guy, but actually, it was only the same guy. They didn't turn in anybody else's but that guy. So thank you, guy, for telling him what you believe and, you know, calling him out. I would too. You know, you got to. I have many of the times. And you know what? When they're all nasty to you and then hang up and tell you they're the FBI, of course you call back. Then you call back and complain on them too. That's how it works. You know, come on. But I do hope to see a pantry down there. I don't know why I'm on a rant, but I do hope to see a pantry down there. Or just somewhere in LaSalle, because there's a lot of people that could use it. You know, and I hope he goes by and I hope he looks. That one over there was empty today. You know, completely empty. And I was informed that way earlier today. I hope by tonight it's more filled. You know, I don't have the time to mess with it tonight, but I will be able to go by there tomorrow maybe. And that's the thing, like he was saying how, you know, a lot of people fill it and don't like to talk about that, whatever. Well, so did I. And guess what? I was one of the few people filling it. More people need to open their eyes and realize that there are even little pantries there, you know, for people that use. There's a lot of people, even in Peru, that had no idea. That thing's been back there for a couple years. You know, I don't know. That's all I got for today, though, guys. Thanks for listening to my beautiful rant. I don't even remember what I ranted about at this point. Besides Jim Hollenbeck being a little biatch. But, yep. So Thursday the 27th at 1 p.m. is my sentencing. And hopefully the day they grant the mistrial. Who knows? That absolutely should happen. I mean, of all the attorneys, all of them, to walk in the jury room when they're deliberating, it would be the prosecutors that work in that building every day. Every fucking day. Really, they're the ones that would do that. If my lawyer did that, we'd all be in big trouble. We'd have some sort of problem. But, of course, you know, rules for thee and not for me, or whatever they say. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Tell your friends. Bye.